Okay, so welcome to this this short video where I will be explaining the basics of the chakra system. I am incredibly passionate about working with energy for overall well-being on a holistic level. So that is wellness on every level of our being. So, you know, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic health, it all comes back to our energy. And I have found from personal experience that working with the chakra system has been incredibly powerful and transformative in navigating my own health issues, blockages, limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging patterns of behavior, you know, physical, emotional, mental symptoms, everything. When I first started my health journey, I was very much focused on diet and lifestyle. And I think I may have mentioned this before, but it's, you know, we can, yes, a healthy diet and lifestyle is incredibly important as part of a well-balanced life, but it's not everything. You know, we need to be focusing on our emotional well-being, managing our stress levels, how we process our emotions, whether we're holding and storing them, and you know, when we hold and suppress emotions, we're blocking them at an energetic level. We're blocking our energy. Emotions are energy in motion after all. So learning how to shift and release any stuck holding, any blocked energy in our body is really important to our overall well-being and how energized and vibrant and healthy that we feel. So yeah, so I'm just going to explain a little bit about that, and then we're, you know, moving from the, you know, the emotions, addressing emotional stress, to coming back to, really it boils down to all of our symptoms, whether they're physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, you know, wherever we're feeling stuck or blocked, or having pain in our lives. All of these symptoms are the little signposts showing us that there's something not right. And each of these has a root cause, and we can choose to just ignore, suppress, numb out, band-aid all of these symptoms, and then they're just going to become louder and louder, and we're going to manifest more and more until we become more at disease, you know, like disease, dis-ease. We're going to create more of that in our lives until it's, you know, we're at a point where it's really, where we come to that catalyst where we have to change something. And so if we can start to address these root causes and start by really listening to the messages that and signals that our body are giving us, then we can come back to balance and homeostasis, and we can live a healthier, more full, vibrant life. And this all starts with energy at the level of the chakra system. And so just to explain briefly, because some of you may be aware of the chakra system already and have some knowledge around it, and for others you may not, but we all have this, these energy centers within us. Chakras translate the Indian Sanskrit word chakra is how you pronounce it. I call them chakras, that's how I like to pronounce them, but they are probably pronounced more like chakra. And this ancient Sanskrit Indian word translates literally as wheel. And you can imagine the chakras as kind of like spinning vortexes of energy, and we each have many of these in our body. We have 7 main chakras, energy centers. These are aligned, you know, there's 7 of them aligned along our spinal cord. And these are the ones that generally most people have heard of and tend to work with in clearing and managing their own energy. Now, there's many ways of working with the chakra system to clear energy. What we're wanting to do is to, like, our life force energy flows up and down this spinal column, and we're wanting to have all of our chakras like open and balanced and strong and healthy. So we want them all, you know, we want them open and spinning. We want that energy flowing freely so that we're in flow and alignment in our lives. Each of these chakras represents a specific area of our lives. So each one is connected to a physical part of the body. It's connected to nerve ganglia, to endocrine glands, and also to specific non-physical areas of our lives. And and this is what I'm so passionate about, is that it's very, very clear when we learn about which areas of our lives these chakras represent. It's almost like a map and guidance system for the whole of our lives. Like, we can really use it as a guidance system. And when we can see something that's not working in our external reality, we can bring that back to the level of the chakras and which particular chakra that is connected to, and we can start to look at where we can clear and rebalance that energy center. And quite often, when we manage to clear and shift energy in a particular chakra, we see that then reflected in our outer reality, because everything is works on that frequency, energetic level. You know, we're not just physical bodies, we have an energetic body, we have an aura around us. We're spiritual beings in a physical body in this lifetime. You know, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. And so, you know, we're connecting to ourselves on all of these levels, and each chakra as well represents a different level of consciousness. So, you know, at the level of the lower chakras, the lower three chakras, we've got the base chakra, which is located at the perineum, at the base of the spine, the sacral chakra, which is located just below the belly button, just below the navel, and then we've got the solar plexus chakra at the sternum, just below the sternum. These three lower chakras represent the lower levels of consciousness, and they are more concerned with our physical existence. So the base chakra is very much about our connection to our physical bodies, to our primal instincts, to our tribe, to the earth. It's connected to the element earth. It's represented by it's connected to the color red as well, vibrates to that frequency, and it's the lowest level of frequency and lowest level of consciousness. And here, this is all about our physical existence, our primal instincts. It's about safety and survival, how well we feel supported in this life. So our nervous system is connected to our base chakra, and this is, if we're wired for survival and we haven't felt safe, then this is where you know, this is where we're going to go around our lives on shaky foundations, not feeling safe and secure and supported in our lives. So that's the most basic physical level. And then we've got the sacral, is more connected to our emotions and feelings, our sensuality, how we experience pleasure and joy and fun and play in our lives, and how we experience and feel our emotions and feelings. It's the element of water, which you can see, you know, how like the element of earth is very solid, and that's that safety and support and that solidity. And here we're moving into the sacral chakra. It's the flow of energy, it's water, and that's how we want our emotions and feelings to move through us. That energy, emotions are energy in motion. We want them to flow. We want to be able to process them as we experience them and feel them, and then move them out of our body. And so many of us hold on to and suppress our emotions, and they become stuck in the body, and then we become stuck. And then those physical symptoms of disease begin to show up, especially around that level of like that holding and tension around the hips and the lower back. It's very common in this area. And then we've got, so the solar plexus is, and so yeah, so that's the emotions. So we've got the base is very physical. We've got the sacral is our emotions. And then we're moving up to more that mental energy in the solar plexus. It's connected to our ego. It's our power center. It's how we feel empowered to take inspired, confident action in our lives. It's all connected to that physical existence, the physical, emotional, mental in this respect, with these three lower ones and these lower levels of consciousness. Solar plexus is also connected to our digestion. It's the element of fire. So how that inner spark within us, and whether we are motivated and driven to move towards our goals. How we digest life, how we digest our food. And then the heart is coming up. It's the bridge between, the heart is the fourth chakra. It's the bridge between the lower and the upper chakras. How we are experience relationships. How, and that always comes back to our own relationship with ourselves. Whether we unconditionally love and accept ourselves. When we can do that without judgment and self-criticism, then we're able to unconditionally love others without criticism and judgment as well. So it's the quality of our relationships, first and foremost with ourselves and then others. And then we're moving up to the throat chakra. So the throat, third eye, and the crown, these are our upper chakras connected more to the spiritual realm. So the ones that we can't tangibly so much see, or it's being more open and accepting of sensing energy, I suppose, and our spirituality, and that more spiritual connection is to do with our soul, so more so. And so the throat is our center of communication, how we are able to, whether we're able to express ourselves freely and authentically, whether we feel held back or afraid to show us the truth of who we are, whether we're really connected to who we truly are in this lifetime, and connected to us, our soul purpose. And then the third eye is more about our intuition. So it's being able to, trust our intuition and follow our own inner wisdom and inner guidance, and moving towards our path and purpose with clarity, having that vision, that clear vision. It's our psychic sixth sense, our psychic abilities, which we all have within us. We've just blocked them off, blocked that side of us off as children. So it's being open to that more spiritual aspect of ourselves, and listening to our intuition, and connecting to our vision for our life with clarity and focus. And then the crown chakra is our connection to the divine, to that higher power, feeling connected to more than just ourselves in this physical body, and being able to open ourselves to receiving that divine wisdom and the signs and synchronicities that show us that we're on our true path, and being able to believe in ourselves and believe in that as well. So, they each, as you can see, like just by that brief run through of each of those 7 chakras, they each represent a different area of our life. And I just love this, that we can actually kind of, when we can see that and we can understand it, we can bring it back to the level of that chakra. Each one is interconnected as well. So when you clear and shift an imbalance in one, it can just totally open things up elsewhere as well. So our goal here is to come back to the roots, to strengthen our foundations so that we're on strong, safe ground, that we feel safe in our bodies, that we feel safe to exist in this world. And from there we can build upon that. We can start to connect to our passions and our desires, experience fun and joy, to connect to our sensuality, to then have that motivation and drive to act on our passions and our desires and to move towards our goals. That then we can, with that, and that's with the open solar plexus chakra, and then we can, move up, we can start to really feel what it is that we're, feel connected in our relationships and to ourselves and to others, and have those good quality relationships. We can express ourselves, communicate and express ourselves freely, that we feel connected to our true essence and our truth, and we're accepting of that, and we're fully expressed and embodied in our worth, and we're not afraid to hold ourselves back. To push ourselves forward. We're not holding ourselves back, we're moving forwards and towards our goals and visions. We're trusting our intuition, we're not seeking guidance and validation from others around us. We know our worth, and we know our truth, and we know where we're headed, and we're listening to these little nudges to head there. And then we've got a clear vision for that, for our life and where we're headed, and we're open to receiving that divine guidance, and we're spiritually connected, and we're in that flow, ease and alignment in our life. So it's a really, really beautiful concept, and there's many ways that we can, so many ways that we can work with chakras to clear energy. We can wear the color associated with each chakra, we can accessorize in that, we can bring it into our house, we can set the intention to work with the energy of each chakra. We can use essential oils that vibrate to the frequency of each chakra, and we can use those beautiful fragrances to really help us to connect to that energy and to set intention for our day, and to help clear stuff. We can work with crystals, the crystals that we're drawn to that help us to clear energy in our energy centers, and we can wear them as jewelry. Like I've got my rainbow moonstones, I've got my pink consite, which is beautiful for the heart. Wearing that over my heart there, the rainbow moonstone here, just at my ears. It's all very feminine energy. I'm very drawn to that. Notice the colors that you're drawn to. Notice the crystal energy you're drawn to. Bring crystals into meditation. You can eat for the chakras. I've got a whole recipe, like a menu plan for eating for the chakras as well. There's so much that we can do, and we can learn, which foods work to help balance and center the chakras. There's music, the sound frequency, working with chakra dance, that movement therapy. There's lots of ways to clear, shift and open those energy centers so that we come back to our most vibrant, radiant way of being, and then the tapping. So tapping is a really beautiful way of clearing and shifting energy as well, and it's knowing which energy center that we're working with, which area of life, and then tapping into letting go of what does not serve energetically in those chakras, and it really helps to clear and shift things so that we can move towards that more positive, vibrant way of being again, and create conscious change in our lives, and to become more positive, moving towards those goals that we want, and stop holding ourselves back on that energetic level. So it comes down to, and I really feel it's very simple, but that letting go of the past, being accepting of what's happening in the present moment, and trusting in the future. These are things that we can work towards using tapping, working with the energy centers to create a clear pathway for our lives. And it does sound ever so simple, but when we set that intention energetically, and when we're doing the tapping and we're doing the work, we're letting go of what does not serve and what doesn't serve in our lives, that old stuff, just letting it all go. We're freeing ourselves as we let go of the baggage energetically it weighs us down and it drains our energy. So we're letting that go and accepting, being fully accepting of the present moment, being fully present in our bodies, and accepting of ourselves, what we're experiencing, stopping the resistance and the fear and the fighting it, because the more we resist what shows up in our lives, the more it's going to keep showing up. So the more we can accept, the more we're able to just let go of what doesn't serve. And then having that trust, the more spiritual chakras, you know, trusting in the future, trusting what's coming, trusting in the universe. As we clear our energy, we're able to do all of these things, and you will see a difference. It's incredibly transformative. So I'm really looking forward to continuing on this journey, and for helping you to create that passion and awareness around the chakra system and how you can bring these magical this magical energy center into your life as a guidance system and map, to navigate your way to vibrancy and health and well-being as well. So thank you for listening, and yeah, I'll see you over in the next video. Much love.